Yo, what's up, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all my social media land. How you doing? My name is Daniel Joseph, aka Mr. Savage Grind, Savage Roofing, Legendary Public Adjusting. We are a full service company. So I just wanted to break down a little bit of information. Driving home today, got a thought, kind of wanted to share why it's beneficial to sign with a public adjusting company. I know most people don't understand what a public adjuster is, what it means, and why it's beneficial to sign with a public adjuster. So I'm gonna try to break it down so you can understand why you should have one and maybe why you shouldn't. It all depends on your needs and what you want as a homeowner. You need to understand your policy is your contract with your insurance company. So now, we're a dual entity company. Legendary Adjusting Firm is our PA firm that represents homeowners by assisting them by putting in the claim for them. So what that means is we're alleviating you from that burden of dealing with your insurance company. And why is it a burden? Well, there's a lot of steps that have to take place in the process of putting in an insurance claim. So it's not as easy as just calling your insurance company and the guy coming out and giving you a check, right? Very, very, very few instances will be where the adjuster comes out and gives you a check and it's the right amount. They might give you a check, of course, if they realize you're in a high impact hail area, you'll get a check. But is that check the right amount? That's what you need to be aware of, right? By having a licensed public adjuster, we have the legal right to read your policy, and within your policy guidelines and the endorsements of what you're paying for, we make sure that that adjuster that comes out there is shown every single line item that needs to be added on there. So for instance, from my experience of doing this, insurance companies like to overlook code items. What code items are, they're there for your benefit. Every year, there's processes and new innovations in the construction industry that are put in place by town code for your benefit. So it's a new way, an innovative way of building roofs and siding to make sure that homeowners are safe and that contractors are doing it correctly. So the insurance company loves to overlook paying code items. So it's very important by having someone that's an expert in the field in not only roofing and siding, but also has a legal right to represent you on the public adjusting side. So again, like I explained to most of my homeowners, what are your needs? What are your concerns? What is what you want to see as an end result of putting in a claim or maybe not putting in the claim, right? First and foremost, if you have a good hail date and good damage on your property, and that's why we offer free inspections. We want to offer a free inspection to make sure that it's enough damage, because there's a criteria that we have to meet. It's a roof calculation of how much damage per slope that'll qualify you or not of getting your roof approved. The same thing goes for your gutters, metal, siding, etc. Right? So we offer our free service of getting on the roof, inspecting your roof, making sure that the damage is there, documenting that damage. That way we have it for our record, and if need be, we send it to your insurance carrier. So the benefit of having the PA there is, yes, you can hire a roofing contractor. And there's a lot of amazing roofing companies out there. I never bash my competition, right? But there's a big difference between a roofing contractor, a general contractor, and a public adjuster. The main one is that a roofer or a general contractor cannot talk about policy. And what that means is they cannot look at your policy or with that adjuster go over any endorsements, policy guidelines, code items, anything that's in your policy, and talk about it with that adjuster or your insurance company for your benefit. They don't care. They don't have to listen. They don't have the credentials or the legal right or the licenses to look at that or represent you through your policy. So by having a public adjuster, You're hiring someone that, number one, is an expert. Number two, they have the credentials and the licenses to certify them to look at your policy and talk to your insurance carrier on your behalf, right? Most homeowners don't realize that they have so much power. That contract that you have with your insurance company, that is an agreement between you and your insurance company, and you have all the legal right to discuss the damages and talk about what they owe. The problem lies is, though, most homeowners are not experts in construction or general contracting, don't have credentials to talk about policy, and let's face it, they write these policies like hieroglyphics so you don't understand them, right? They write them difficult because they don't want you going through your policy and pinpointing, picking out stuff that doesn't look right. So that's why it's important to hire a public adjuster, because we know what endorsements are supposed to be on your policy, what endorsements are needed to get you a full roof replacement. So if you have contractors that are telling you, hey, we're gonna get you a new roof and it ain't gonna cost you a thing, number one, that's a red flag, because you are legally obligated to pay your deductible, right? That's the only financial obligation in a claims process that you are able to pay. The best way for me to explain that to a homeowner is, let's say you get into a car wreck. Your car has a bunch of front end damage. They have to paint it. They tear it apart. They find more damage once they tear it apart. There's a supplement. The body people that work at the body shop, they're the experts. They know. They're the mechanics. They're the body men. They know what is needed to build your car back properly. Your insurance company is on the hook for those damages and to pay for the supplemental items that the body mechanics found that needed to make your car 100%, right? Once your car is done, there's only one thing you have to pay. That's your deductible. Most people don't argue about their deductibles when they're picking up their car from the body shop. It's the same scenario here on your roof claim. Your roof claim is the same scenario. There shouldn't be no discrepancies or misunderstandings about the homeowner paying their deductible. It is up to that sales representative to explain that that's the only portion you're liable for. Now, with that being said, we do have incentive programs that incentivize homeowners to help us grow our business, and we can credit you back money. But I'd never say it's free, because let's face it, nothing is for free in this world. There's always something that has to be paid. If someone is telling you they're giving you a free roof, that's a red flag, because there's money that they're taking away from the claims money to supplement into those products. So either they're going to put in generic ice and water shield, and you don't want a generic ice and water shield. That's a code item that helps prevent from water going back into your home when you have ice damming occurred. I don't have time to go into explaining what that means. If you know, I may do another video to help explain what ice damming is, but it's very important to have premium ice and water shields put on your house, because it can cause a world of havoc if you have an economy version ice and water shield. So, with that being said, someone's giving you a free roof, red flag. It's never free. They're going to try to figure out a way to skimp out an either ice and water shield, generic felt paper, not putting drip edges, reusing metal products like step flashing, chimney flashing, window flashing, roof to wall flashing, siding, tins. They're going to figure out a way to save money, right? We put on our roofing system that we're not going to have to worry about ever again, and you're not going to have to worry about ever again. You're going to get a manufacturer's warranty up to 15 years, and then our labor is for life. As long as you live in that home, Savage Roofing will come out and do anything that has to do with craftsmanship, warranty work, that's something we may have overlooked or overseen. We'll come back for free, no questions, and do what we need to do to make it right. So that's my word. That's my little rant about how to hire a good contractor and a public adjuster, and why it's beneficial to hire a public adjuster and have someone that's a dual entity company. And there's a lot of companies out there that are great at roofing. I know a lot of my buddies that do great, phenomenal roofing jobs, great friends of mine. but they're not public adjusters. They don't want to get into the whole aspect of fighting with insurance companies. Because let's face it, it is a fight. Insurance companies are billion-dollar conglomerates. They make tons of money. Excuse me. And they didn't get that way by paying out properly on claims. I would not have a job today if it wasn't for insurance companies not paying the proper amount on claims. So I literally have a job and been able to create my own economy for my family, my wife, my brother-in-law, and all the people within my business to help homeowners, because insurance companies do not pay the right amount on claims. So if I can be of any service, again, we offer free inspections to see if you qualify. Everything we do on the public adjusting side is free if you use Savage Roofing to do the construction. If you pick us, and that's why we always urge our clients to look up our reviews, read about us, make sure we're in good standing on the state of Illinois, and that we have no bad reviews. Check us on BBB. Do your research. In our contract, we give you 5 days to void it. You have 5 days to make sure that Legendary Adjusting and Savage Roofing are the company to help you represent you with your claim. So please, my name is Daniel Joseph. If you have any questions, or you may think you may have some storm-related damages on your property, hire a professional. If it's not me, please do not make the mistake of trying to put in a claim by yourself. You will most guaranteedly be taken advantage of by your insurance company. And again, I am not anti-insurance company. I am just pro homeowner and pro people that are paying a premium price for an insurance policy. And then when there's a damage and an insurance company owes, it is my job and my expertise to make sure that they pay you the proper settlement to indemnify you what you're owed on your loss. So again, my name is Daniel Joseph. I'm a Legendary Adjusting Firm and Savage Roofing. My number is 815-557-7670. If I can be of any service, please reach out to us. It'll be our pleasure to help you. And again, call me, any question, I'll be gladly to help you out. All right? Great. Don't be average. Go be savage to y'all. I love you. Peace.